Hi everybody, Trent here, and today I'm excited to show you how to create queries here in Baselight. To do that, what we're actually going to do is recreate this wildfire expenditure over time query that I have here at the top. And the reason why is because this gives a good example of the analytical capabilities that we have here on Baselight, as well as how you can combine multiple data sets that seemingly are unrelated, right? We're going to be combining wildfire data plus inflation over time and actually creating some new variables that show how inflation has impacted these wildfire costs over the past couple of years. Now, to start, let's go up here with new query. So I'm going to type in wildfire plus inflation 2, and then we're going to give it the query description of tutorial. Now right here, if I wanted to, I could make this a private query by just clicking this. And now you'll notice that not everyone can see this, but because I like showing off the capabilities here, we're going to make it so anyone can go and take a look at this later on. So now let's click Create Query. This brings you directly to the query engine. And you'll notice there's nothing here, right? Because we haven't added any data yet, we haven't started yet. So first things first, let's go find some data. So we're going to go to Data Catalog, and we're going to type in wildfires and just do that and see what pops up. Now, you'll notice on the left-hand side here, a bunch of data information pops up for how many tables we have. And then you can scroll through here and see all these wildfire-related data sets. I already know which one I want to use, so we're going to click this one here. And now you can see some information about it, right? So here's about the data set, category, license, all that kind of stuff. I've looked through it. I know I want to use it, so let's click Add to Query. Notice here a few things pop up. One is the one we just made, the title, and everything else we've made, and then also add to new query. So I actually could have made a brand new query from this data set. I didn't have to go in and create a new query at the top right to start, but I did so because I like to do it that way just for organization. Now to add it to our query, we're going to click here on the title, Wildfire plus Inflation 2. And you'll notice here that it's been added. We can click here to go back to the query, and here it is as a pinned table. Another way we can find data to add to our queries is by simply doing Command K on a Mac or Control K on a PC. Now we need inflation data, right? To be able to normalize the wildfire costs over time for inflation. So I already know what it's called. We're going to do 300 years, and we can see of inflation rate in the United States. Again, this would take more time if you didn't know the names of your data sets you were going to use, but I cheated, like I said, so I already knew this. So we're going to click here, and then just directly add it in to our query. And again, you can see it here as a pinned table. Now, this right here is our query engine. And what I actually want to do really fast is just show you the most simple query I can. So let's select all the data from the wildfire data set. So first off, let's take a look at what they're called. We can see it here. And we're going to do this. So we're typing select. And you'll notice it starts filling it in for you, right? Which is really easy, especially for those who might be new to using SQL. Select star, that means select all. And then we're going to do from. And if we go over here, we can click this, and we can do add to editor, and it automatically adds the name of that data set. So it's just easier doing it that way versus having to type everything out, right? As you can see, it's a pretty long title. So let's click run, and you'll see it happening on the bottom here. All right, and now what we have is the data set for this specific table. And we can actually go through and take a look at the year, number of fires, number of acres, Forest Service costs, other agency costs, and total costs. You'll notice this is not normalized for inflation, which is exactly what we want to do. And so what we're going to need is a longer query that will actually combine these data sets on the right-hand side to one table down here at the bottom. Now again, I've obviously prepared this demo, so I have cheated a bit and prepared a query that does just that. I'm going to copy and paste it in here. At the top here, you can see what we're doing is pulling the information for the inflation rate first, right? You can see it, this name right here is from this table. Down here, we're also pulling information from the fires, from the total wildfire and acres affected data. You can see it from, and what we're doing is creating a few different variables that actually normalize the cost of these fires for inflation. So let's click run. And now what we'll see at the bottom here is these new variables, right? So we have the year, we have the fires, we have acres, we now have cost, nominal terms, cost, inflation adjusted, and a few other things we have. This is fantastic, right? We didn't have to do anything with our own infrastructure on our own laptop, for example, or our own setup. We actually just used the query engine directly here in Baselight to combine two brand new data sets that we have not been combined before, create new variables. So for example, this cost inflation is brand new. And now if we wanted to, we could even go in and chart these, which will be in a different video. So let's say I'm happy with this query and I'm happy with my data, and I actually want to download it and share it. What I can do is click this button here, and I can download as a Parquet file or as a CSV file, either one. And I click that, and now it's downloaded. Now I have it on my own laptop if I want to use it. So this is a good example of some of the simpler queries. So again, the select star from a data set, or some more advanced queries where we're actually creating brand new variables here in Baselight's platform, and then creating brand new tables by merging multiple data sets together. Now, we'd love to see your queries, so please share it with us on X, on Bluesky, over on LinkedIn. We're on all the socials, so please, if you do start building something out, please share it with us. We'd love to see them.